Okay, and now we're on to the next lesson. We're still on subordinate clauses. Yesterday we started with the idea of using the subordinate clause first in the sentence, followed by the main clause. And today we're going to continue with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 3 examples of the subordinate clause at the beginning of a sentence, and I'll ask you to write down the end of the sentence. So just pause. Okay, so welcome back. Are we still running? Yes, we are. Well done. So 3 examples. Example number 1. Although it was a busy street, comma. So we've got the subordinate clause. We've got the subordinating conjunction. Although it was a busy street, something happened. Now think about a busy street in Nottingham or busy street in any city that you've been to. Think about a busy street. What does that normally make you think about? Okay, now remember, although is one of these upside down conjunctions. So whatever it makes you think about, you've got to think about the opposite. Okay, I'll leave you to do that one in a moment. Question number 2, despite being very rich. Rich clearly here means means wealthy, it means having lots of money. So if you've got lots of money, what does that mean? But remember, despite also is an upside down conjunction. So what you've got to do is you've got to think about the opposite of what being rich would usually make you think about. Okay, think about the opposite. While climbing up a ladder, so think about yourself or somebody else, probably not yourself up a ladder actually, that's a bit dangerous, boys and girls. Think about somebody who's trained to go up a ladder. Think about them, they're up a ladder, what's going on? Now while, if you remember, can you tell me before I give you the answer? What does while mean? Yeah, it means 2 things happening at the same time. So while he was going up a ladder, what was happening? What was he doing? What else was he doing? Okay, so press pause and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, back again. Welcome back. So, although it was a busy street, so busy street usually to me means noise, it might mean pollution, it might mean lots and lots of people. Well, if it's busy, then we can't change the people, we can't change the noise, but maybe, sorry, we can't change the pollution, maybe we can do something about the noise. So maybe it's busy but strangely quiet. Why would it be quiet? That's for another sentence maybe. So although it was a busy street, comma, it was, now the simplest thing you could do is you could just simply put it was quiet. Okay, Q-U-I-E-T. I always have to do that because I sometimes get mixed up between quiet and quite. I know the difference, but sometimes I spell them the other way. So when I write the word quiet, I actually say each letter to make sure that I spell it right. Anyway, although it was a busy street, comma, it was maybe even, remember, think it, say it, write it, check it, we can add stuff on. It was strangely quiet. Because really, that's the whole kind of emotion, the whole kind of feeling we want to put over to the reader. Although it was a busy street, it was strangely quiet. Then, ... Who knows? Question 2. Oh, pardon me. Despite being very rich, so rich means he's got lots of money. Okay, well that's the definition of being rich. Sometimes people think, oh, you must be really happy because you can buy what you want. But it says despite. Look, despite, it's an upside down, it's turning it on its head. So despite being very rich, comma, they were very unhappy. Very, extremely, they were extremely unhappy. And again, the reader's going to think, just one second, unhappy, full stop. Again, the reader's going to think, well, why are they unhappy if they're rich? And if it makes the reader think, then you've done your job as a writer. Well done. Thumbs up. Question 3. While climbing up a ladder. So, I don't really, if you put something like while climbing up a ladder he fell off, then that wouldn't quite work. That would, if you put when climbing up a ladder or after climbing up a ladder, might work. But remember, while means happening at the same time. So while he was climbing up a ladder, or while she was climbing up a ladder, she was, let's say she was singing happily. And you might think, well, why would you be singing just going up a ladder? Well, yeah, I agree. Why would you be? But it kind of sets the way for the next sentence. And the next sentence could be, because of this, comma, she wasn't concentrating and fell off, full stop. Anyway, that's another thing. So I hope you had a good go with those ideas. What I'm going to do in a moment, ask you to press pause, and then we'll do some shared writing. Press pause. Okay, are we ready to continue? Now, I think I'm going to carry on with the idea of the busy street. So we had something like, although it was a busy street. So I'm not going to use although, I'm going to use despite. So despite. Now remember, despite usually is followed by the word the. Despite the street being, I'm going to put crowded as well. So despite the street being crowded, because now we're getting the impression that there's loads of people about. So despite the street being crowded, comma, it was, and instead of the word strangely, I'm going to use eerily, eerily quiet. Eerily quiet. And I'm going to put a wiggly line because I've got a suspicion that that might not be the way you spell eerily, so I might have to check that in a dictionary. Despite the street being crowded, comma, so subordinating conjunction and ... subordinate clause. It was eerily quiet. So despite okay, so what's happening? Well, what's she going to do? This person, let's say maybe she's following somebody. Yes, maybe she's following somebody in the street, and it's very quiet. So, while she was, so she is a detective, isn't she? So while she was following who was she following? A woman. Why was she following a woman? Because she looks suspicious. Okay. While she was following the suspicious woman, the suspicious looking woman, comma, there we go, get out of the way, yep. While she was following the suspicious looking woman, comma, oops, got my pen again. While she was following the suspicious looking woman, comma, now if I put she, do we mean the detective or do we mean the woman that she's following? So, while she was following the suspicious looking woman, the detective was thinking about her children. Now, the reason why I want to put this, I want it to be that she's not concentrating. So she's following somebody, she ought to be concentrating. And the reason for that is that in the next sentence, we can say, no, not while. Sorry, we've already had that. So while she was supposed to be concentrating, go away tissue, thank you. While she was supposed to be concentrating, she wasn't. She was thinking about her children. Maybe they'd been naughty, or maybe they'd had an argument this morning or something like that. So what happened? Well, maybe she lost track of the suspicious woman. Right, she lost track of the suspicious woman. So why did she lose track? Well, because she was thinking about her children. Of course, right. So because, now don't write because she was thinking about her children again, because that's a bit clumsy. So because of this, comma. Now, this is a brilliant pronoun, because what that does is that saves you writing all of this. Was thinking about her children. So it saves you a lot of words, and also it makes the reader think, hang on a minute, what are we talking about? And the reader has to sort of think about what he's read. Because of this, comma, she lost track of, would you say? Yes, or lost sight of? What would you suggest? Lost track of. Because of this, she lost track of her... I'm going to write this word here now and see if you can think why I'm going to write it. Okay, can you see that? She lost track of her prey. Okay, now this is not pray as in something that you do as a religious act of observance. This is prey as in predator and prey. Predator is the person who's chasing, prey is the thing which is being chased. So let's read the whole paragraph. Despite the street being crowded, it was eerily quiet. While she was following the suspicious-looking woman, comma, the detective was thinking about her children, not concentrating. Because of this, the consequences, she lost track of her prey. Okay, in a moment I shall ask you to press pause. And when you do so, what I want you to do is to write 2, hopefully 3 sentences in a similar way. Remember, subordinate clause, comma, main clause. Press pause. Right, hi, back again. Hopefully you've done your 2 or maybe 3 sentences. Remember, they must have subordinate clause first, then main clause. As with the other lessons this week, what I would like you to do, I really would like you to do, is to email me and either just write down your sentences in your email, or take a photograph of your writing and then attach that to an email. Get a grown-up to help you if you're not really sure how to do that. The second way you can get your information to me is if your parents have signed up to Class Dojo, then thumbs up to your parents. Well done, thank you very much. And you can put the text, put your sentences into that. So just get them to sort of start it off. Dear Mr. Smales, here is my writing, and then type your sentences. Third way you can do it is by using the Ask Mr. Smales, that's me. Use the Ask Mr. Smales page on the website. Okay, good luck.